Alright, we're here at the CMPS website and we're just going over a few of the basics. Things basically came together as they should from the layout that you had in the InDesign file. We did have to make a few small changes, like all this text was justified in the InDesign file, and that doesn't work too well in CSS at this point. Some changes are being made to make that work better, but not by me, but by the CSS community as a whole. And then, so we just left this centered and then left a line down here. But most things are pretty much as they should be. One of the big things was the mega menu, and then that's all working as it should over here. This has a link inside of it, an image, and we've got a video here of from SpaceX of the rocket guy who went out there, and then nothing in this one, and just some basic words here. All those things can work easily enough. To do this, to make any sort of changes to this, you just go to menus like you always would, and then inside each one of these, then there's a text editor box, and you can make whatever normal changes you would make just like you would any other place on the website. And so you can add images, and you could have a slider inside there even, videos, whatever it is you want to put inside there, you can put inside there. So you just have text and an image there, and then just the text here, and an iframe of a video here. So it's fairly self-explanatory on how to use it once you're inside there. One thing to make note of is that there's a limit to how high we let this go. And so if you have a whole bunch of text like that, which would be quite a bit to be having on there, but it might happen at some point. There's quite a bit on the sample that we have, and then smaller screen sizes, this could come up. It only goes up to that height that we saw previously, but then it fades out here at the bottom, right? And so that way it indicates to people that there's more, and so then you can scroll inside of that and have it be whatever length you want it to be. And then we will go back though and delete that, because we don't really need all that extra text. And the text that's in there is legit text right now, except that it has a link and an image that don't necessarily need to be there. But that's just to show you the capabilities it has. When you go over to mobile sizes right now, then that stuff just disappears. We don't have that included in it. If you think that somehow we need to have that on there, we'd probably need to have some sort of design suggestion, because right off we don't see a good way to be able to include that much content inside a mobile menu. But let us know if you have some thoughts in that area. We have the projects over here, and they're part of the grid, and they should show up here automatically. Right now they're probably not in the order that we actually want them in. You'll have to let us know what order you want them to be in, or how you want them categorized. You mentioned having a categories drop down here to be able to adjust that, and then we didn't know quite what categories everything would fall into though. So let us know what that is and we can get that implemented. If you go to Federal Courthouse, that's the only one that works right now that's all set up completely. We have a little slideshow here of additional images. You can click the plus magnifying glass thing here and then take a look at it in a large size, and then everything else is just where it should be and looks pretty much like what it was on the layout. We do have an engineering page that's set up as had been shown in the design. You can see everything looks pretty snazzy there, and we have this little projects thing here. It's a box button, I think we called it. It's part of the formats menu, just like you'd make buttons for other things on our sites. Then you can make a box button as well. Let's see, it should be this bottom one down here, I think. Nope, next to bottom one, huh? And it is a box button, yeah. So, fairly easy to use. Let us know if you end up having any trouble with that or any other additional desires for what that might be doing, since we didn't know at the time exactly what the point was supposed to be for it. But it links right now to nothing, but you can make it link to something if you want to. So I think that covers pretty much everything that we have going on here. Let us know if there are any other changes or questions that you have about it, and we should be able to help you out.